Alright guys, this is Old Man Mid back at it again, bringing you some more ranked TFT gameplay. This is a patch 9.15 on the live server. As you can see, I unfortunately started this video a little later. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So, we are at the carousel, aka Circle Jerk, and we're going for a tier. I think we're gonna get the Spear of Shojin here on our Varus. Also, as you can see on the top left here, we're going for the 2 Knights, 2 Rangers. Um, gonna go through some instructional gameplay here, so let's check it out. Going for the Shen Varus. I mean Shen Vayne. I also put the locket on the Garen because Garen on this patch does a fair amount of damage. Once he starts spinning, he's doing damage. So the extra armor and magic damage that you get is nice. You know, plus you're able to give your team a shield. So, and obviously those items dropped. So that's what we're doing. With the Mordekaiser. This video, or the, not this video, but this is like, I guess you could say a playback video, since I played this game and I recorded it, but I didn't have my mic or anything, so I'm just gonna go through this gameplay here for you guys, and go through what my thoughts were in the process, see if I've made some mistakes or whatnot, but overall the RNG was pretty good for this build. I wouldn't suggest forcing it. I do try to end up pivoting to other things just in case the Knights Rangers didn't work out, but as you can see right here, I'm trying to get Vayne and Varus going here for some damage with Garen. Pulled out the Poppy just to get some extra tankiness. Didn't seem to really work out this fight, but Lulu is there for the Lulu. It's also nice to be able to, you know, ult your tanks, ult your knights so that they could live even longer and do even more damage on top of the, you know, damage reduction that they get. So yeah, here I level up, put Vayne in to get the Ranger buff. Or Ranger synergy. And I just put Poppy in front of my Rangers so that she could block some damage. So here, I've noticed that the reason why I think I buy Nidalee here and then I sell her. We'll see. Yeah. So the reason I do that is because I haven't seen any one cost units or the ones that I'm looking for. And I heard that if you buy a one cost unit and you sell it, you end up getting more one cost units. So there you go. There was my Darius that I got, and I'm obviously looking for a Garen too. I grabbed the Shyvana because I wasn't getting much Rangers at the beginning other than Varus. And I think Varus is a 2-star at this point, but actually no, he's not. He's just a 1-star. 1-star Varus. So I wasn't getting too many Rangers. So that's why I went with the Shyvana and the Aurelion Sol. Because I was thinking of another possible late game synergy or late game pivot into maybe shapeshifters or dragons. Dragons did get a nerf this patch. I think they were block. If I might be wrong here, but I think they block. They used to block 100% magic damage, and now they only block 83%. Also, I think I could be wrong, but the Dragon's Claw. I don't know if it was a Dragon's Claw or both the Dragon's Claw and the Dragon synergy. But they're also negating true damage, so I think they fixed it so that it just negates magic damage. Or higher, not higher, but just magic resist in general. Anyways. So that was my thought process for the Shyvana and the Brilliant Sol there. What did I do? I took out... Oh yeah. So because I got another Lulu, I put Lulu in because she has a 2-star unit. And Vayne and Varus are only... I'm pretty sure... it's hard to tell with my editing program here because it's a little pixelated. Yeah, there you go. There's a 2-star Varus. But yeah, the reason I took Vayne out is because, you know, Lulu's level 2. Plus, I should have enough damage with Varus and Garen. So Lulu's just there to ult, do her thing, do the Lulu thing. Because Vayne's kind of useless at this point. Yeah, I could end up doing more damage with Varus because of the Ranger buff, or the Ranger synergy. But in this case, I just figured Lulu would be better because, like I said, she's a 2-star unit. But also, Vayne's not really doing anything other than the Ranger synergy, so I figured, why not just fucking put Lulu in there, and she could just ult the Knights, ult Varus if needed, ult herself, ult multiples. I think she ults two people at level 2. 2 or 3, I forget. What did I go for here? Oh yeah, go for the large rod. And I think I put on the Varus just to add the extra, get some extra damage. Because I like Spirit of Shojin isn't the greatest item on him. I would prefer getting, you know, like a Phantom Dancer or Ginsu's or, you know, Static Shiv. But that's what I had. I actually got him off of the first carousel with a BF sword. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep him. He's my damage dealer, and I'm just gonna put the Spear Shojin. Spear Shojin's okay. Like it makes him ult more. The only thing is that I found that he wasn't doing much damage. So as soon as I put that large rod up there, he ended up doing 500 damage. So I went for the large rod first. All right. So there's Lulu. See, like, I feel like if Vayne would have been there, well, I don't know. Could have maybe still won that, but... Like, Lulu ulted, what, 2 or... At least 2. She ulted twice, that's for sure. Might have even ulted 3 times. Finally I get the Vayne, but I'm not even sure I put her in here. Oh, I'm at, here I pushed to level up for 6 units. I don't think I had to, but I usually like to level up around here. Ideally, I think you want to do it after your wolves. Level up, that is.
The dark should fear me.
The dark should fear me. Boom. There's that Varus and Garen damage. I purchased the Gnar too because again, like I was saying, I only have Vayne and Varus at that point, so I got the Gnar. I got the Darius because Darius is always good. So if you don't know what pivoting is, there's a good video by Scara that explains it. Um, it's understandable the way he explains it. However, doing it is a different story. You can kind of get um, tunneled into pivoting for late game comp. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to pivot into 4 cost and 5 cost units and kind of build synergies from those. So, for example, if I get a Gnar, right? Well, I'm probably gonna go for other shapeshifters afterwards, right? So if I get a Shyvana or an Italy or whatnot, I would go down from there. Draven, maybe I could find some more Blade Masters or Imperials synergies to, help him out, help him carry. Um, so that's why I purchased those. They're kind of insurance for the late game. But as you can see, I end up getting an Ashe, which is great. Um, and don't ask me why I don't put Ashe in here for some reason. I should have put her in immediately because she is a 3-cost unit and she's a lot stronger than Vayne is. Especially with no noble buff or anything like that. Or noble synergy. I always call it a buff, so I apologize for that. It's an actual synergy, but if I say buff, you obviously know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, now you do. Okay? So, moving on. Just checking out the comps here. I think I checked out, what's that guy's name? Chunky T? Just see who he's building. I think he had Yordles. So there's a Varus. Another Gnar. At this point, I think I'm realizing that I will probably not keep my Lulu because I want the Ranger synergy. Again, like I was saying before about the pivoting. Um, Ideally here would be a Kindred, right? You would want a Kindred. But in case you don't get the Kindred, then, that's what the Gnar and the Draven's there for. So I get a 2-star Gnar here. I mean Gnar, Draven. And I finally realize after a round that I should put Ashe in instead. Or after a couple rounds, I think that was. And then I realized that, well, Draven's a lot stronger than Mordekaiser, so we're going to take fucking Mordekaiser out of here. Just because at this point in the game, your 3-4-star, or I mean 3-cost, 4-cost units are what you want on the board. See, like, I think that if Draven wasn't there, like, he did 4k damage there. With Varus in second, Garen in third, so... if I would have had Ashe in there and Mordekaiser, I don't know. Like, Mordekaiser doesn't really add anything else at this point. With only having 3 knights. Now if I would have 4 knights, different story, but... Alright, getting into the carousel round now. We're looking for... I think we end up getting Chain Vest, but I don't remember why. I think it's just to... Is that for Var? I don't think it's for Varus. Maybe to add something to Garen. I forget who it is. We'll find out shortly. Oh yeah, it is Varus. Because I was thinking I can get the chainmail and then the recurve bow to give him the PD, Phantom Dancer, and to give him a little bit of backline defense. The RFC is also good, also known as the a rapid fire cannon. Would have been probably been ideal, either RFC or the PD. But you know, sometimes you don't really get what you want. Here I get absolutely clobbered. This guy is running 4 brawlers um, with a wild synergy and an assassin. So I got crushed, and then I think I end up. Oh, I actually end up getting the kindred here, and my economy is pretty good. So I think I start rolling here, and if not, ideally at this point, you do want to start rolling. Oh, I pushed to level up. I could have probably rolled some more. I think I just I wanted to make sure that I had my kindred out there. I have to get better at making these decisions in game. But it's easier, like personally myself, it's easier um, said than done when you're in the game because I'm a type of gamer that ends up kind of not quite panicking, but I kind of feel like pressure or something to start rolling, and I tend to not make the greatest decisions because of that. So when I have a high economy, I tend to panic when I lose a round because I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I had a good build, but now this build is getting beaten. So what do I do? So depending on what units I have, I'll usually push to put that other higher cost unit out there. For instance, this one's Kindred. Um, and I only went down to about 40 gold, so it's really not that bad. I have, 40 gold to roll to try to get, for instance, this 3-star Varus that I just got, or other knights, or something to help out the late game comp. At this point, I have the 3 Rangers, Knights Imperial. I could put Vayne in at this point, but I think overall Draven does more damage, so that's why I don't really want to put him in. I get lucky and get the 3-star Garen at the same time. Working on the Darius. Here I'm just rolling like crazy. Because it's close to late game and I'm pretty sure everyone's using draining their economy to get what they want here. And it's important to do it fast and intelligent. It might not even sound intelligent saying this, but to do it intelligently enough to get your late game synergy here. I did a fair amount of damage to this guy here, so I feel like if I wouldn't have rolled the way I was rolling, I wouldn't have done so well at this point in the game. I tend to usually kind of choke here, especially if I'm doing good, or if I'm, top 3 or in first place for this scenario. I usually tend to kind of get cocky or carried away in my comp and just stay stagnant, and I don't do anything else with it, and then I lose. Whereas I find like I do better if I'm in last place or at a lower level, so that I can figure out what the um, first place, second place, and third place comps are doing, and then try to counter them from there. So being first place all the time to me is more difficult at this point until I get better at pivoting and stuff. But this is a very good example of this. So I put the Rangers out here just to test it. I don't sell my Draven right away. I think the Lulu's gone. I left the Lulu there just to test to see if I could take her out because sometimes I tend to just sell the units thinking that it's a good idea and it's not and I lose the game. Also, as you could see earlier, I put the Morellos on Garen, which is nice because when he spins, he does a shit ton of damage and he burns people, so it anti-heals on top of it, which is really nice. Um, and my plan all along was to put all my items on Garen and Varus here, just because they're going to be my main damage dealers. Did I get away with this one? Yeah, see when he spins, you could see the Warwick. Like I'm doing a lot of damage to Warwick. Like that whole fight, the reason I didn't lose that much health was because of Garen. And I put a Frozen Heart on him just so that he doesn't take a shit ton of damage and he could survive longer and do more damage. If they would have had more like a Sorcerer comp or Glacial or maybe even Demons, then maybe I would have used some Magic Resist on him instead. But also at this point, I had the armor and tier for him, so it's like fuck it, might as well use it. At one point or another, you have to use the items, even if you feel like it's a shitty. Like Frozen Heart isn't a bad item on Garen by any means. It helps him use his ability even faster, does more damage. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's really not that bad of an item on him. People do slower attacks on him. Like he's got Frozen Heart on what three units right now. So, and then he just spins right through them while the backline's doing all this damage. Pretty much just took that guy out in one shot, which was very nice. I leave the Draven in here because I felt like he was doing more damage at that moment. I was kind of waiting. I think my idea here was to wait for him um, to get my fourth knight, and then I could put my rangers in, and then we would have a full synergy. That was my thought process. Also, I have 53 health, and the other two have 9 and 3. So at this point, I feel like I'm pretty confident, and I'm winning the game. I push to get my other unit out there, and I say, fuck it, I don't even want my rangers. I don't even want Vayne on there because I got my Draven, so this is lower elo. This is gold 4. So there is definitely, if your RNG goes good, if you play it correctly, there is definitely a way that you could win with high health here. But as the game progresses, yeah, see here I decided, oh, fuck it, we'll just put Vayne in. Show you guys the full synergy for the last round. And we put Knight's Vow on Varus. Just in case, at higher elos, you have to think of things like these because higher elo, because there's a very good chance that there's going to be another 3-4 people that still have some health left. Um, either the same amount as you or even a little less. If they get the units that they want and the items that they want, there's a very good chance they're going to beat you. So in this case, I was like, you know what? I'm not getting the fucking recurve bow. I'm just gonna make Varus a knight. Put that on Kindred to make sure that she's, always healthy. Um, so that she has more time to ult. I think that was the best unit to put it on. Um, and then I would have looked for possibly a push to put Mordekaiser on. What I was hoping for was a double spatula, but as you can see, this game could continue to go for a while, but I just absolutely wrecked them. So, and that's it. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Good luck in the struggles, and peace out.